this document, this was the first 2 pages was your rebuttal to Dr. Klein's letter of reprimand. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And if I'm not mistaken, if you look at 4th page,
Does that have a number 2?
it looks like it says number 2 and you have handwriting in there.
Yes, sir. That's my handwriting.
When did you add the handwriting into this letter?
I do not know my hand with that on it.
Did you have a copy of this without that handwriting on it? Or is this the only copy you have?
Now, this was in a file that I kept, so that's all I have.
So it's a note to yourself?
That is, the email would be in the school district's access to see it without the handwriting.
Okay, and if I understand it correctly, it's referring to the U.S. Department of Education complaint that you were handling or assisting the superintendent on, correct?
I was working with Dr. Dillon and yourself with that, yes.
Well, in 2018, you weren't working with me at that point, correct?
It's the same situation, sir.
But I was no longer working with you.
You were not, no, sir.
In fact, there was an attorney from Mr. Beard's firm that was working on it with you, correct?
Not at that time, sir.
No. And you were working under Dr. Klein, correct?
That is correct, sir.
And he was directing you relating to this investigation or the response to the investigation?
No.
No,
At first, he was not.
And I'm not saying at first. At some point when this occurred, he was directing you at that point, correct?
Yes. Once OCR reached out to me and him about that, he then began giving me direction, but not when I first told him that we needed to get it done.
Right. So to be clear, unlike the other investigations we're talking about, this was not an investigation that was initiated by you, correct?
That is correct. It happened before I came to Waynesboro.
Yeah, you were addressing it as an administrator for the district, correct?
For the high school, yes, sir.
Well, for the district is the entity, correct? The high school's not an entity, the high school's a school.
Okay, you would have a better understanding of that. Yes.
So you were working on responding to this investigation on behalf of the district, correct?
Okay, yes, sir.
And in terms of the allegation that was presented to you by Dr. Klein, there is a incident report, in effect, that's being sent to you by the Department of Education, is that correct? That's what this email is. It's confirming an investigation issue and a question that was posed, is that correct?
Yes, I believe that's what that is, yes, sir.
And did you receive this?
I believe so, yeah, this is my copy.
It indicates that it's addressed to you in the email, so I assume
Yes.
it came to you on March 7th?
That's my understanding, yes, sir.
Did you share this email with the superintendent?
I do not know that.
And it looks like it indicates the date that was created was March 7th at 2:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is that correct? I'm reading that correctly?
That is what I'm saying, yes.
Okay. And there's a narrative. Is that your narrative?
It looks like yes, sir.
Okay. And you've had a chance to read that narrative, correct?
Yeah, I believe I wrote it.
Okay. And is it accurately portray what you wrote to the U.S. Department of Education?
It is. I wrote it in an inquiry box, yes, sir.
And basically the last line says, I would like someone else to look into our situation. Who can I talk to other than Beth Beer in Philadelphia? Is that correct?
I did write that, yes, sir.
Did you ever get a response?
From
the Department of Ed?
From the Department of Ed, I believe Dr. Klein did.
And
So I did not.
Do you recall what the response was?
I know what was prompted. We started working on the situation.
Okay. And then it says, I have worked to meet the requirements, but a person who I believe does not stand with our current WH. What is WH?
I don't know.
Would that be White House?
It could be.
Okay. So do you don't recall what you meant by WH?
Well, looking at the date, probably a new president.
Okay, so in March of 2018, the president was Donald Trump, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you were referring to the current White House administration being the Trump administration, correct?
I believe that's what I was saying, yes, sir.
So were you accusing Ms. Gelman-Beer of working against the administration's interests? Is that what you were saying? What were you saying?
What I was probably saying was I probably saw something in the news, read some of the news that things in the Department of Education were changing, I'm guessing that's what I was saying.
You mentioned, it says, but a person who I believe does not stand with our current White House administration continues to deny us. Who are you referring to?
I do not know, because I've never really met, I don't know.
Okay, so you don't know as you sit here today.
Not from 8 years ago, I do not know. I've tried my best.
Okay, if you could look at Exhibit 21, the last 2 pages.
Last 2 pages.
The last 2 pages of this document. Let me know when you're there.
Okay, I am there.
Who wrote this document?
I believe Mr. Aaron Taylor, he was an employee of the district at that time. He was the Act 93 rep that attended that meeting with me.
Is Aaron Taylor intending to testify here today?
Not on my behalf.
I'm going to object to this document as hearsay without any foundation.
It's already been admitted.
No, it actually hasn't. You didn't move for admission. And I'm objecting to it being admitted.
I'm going to allow it in for continuation of background. This is in camera. Either way, I would give the necessary cautions that, take it for what it's worth. It can't be subjected to any cross-examination, so give it due weight. It is a local agency proceeding, and I'm no liar.
Would it be fair to say that you met several times with Dr. Klein relating to his write-up of you in this instance?
I don't recall several times. It might have been more than once.
Okay. Well, it appears that it was more than once. I'm just indicating to you, were there more than one meeting?
I'm sorry, say that again?
I'm asking you, was there more than one meeting with Dr. Klein related to this matter?
I'm believing there would be more than one. I would guess one was when he gave me the letter, and at least another one was when I met with him and my Act 93 rep, Aaron Taylor. So there would at least be more than one. Again, 8 years ago, I don't know how many times we met, but I would say more than likely it was more than one, yes, sir.
And in all the time that you met with Dr. Klein insisted on maintaining the letter, correct?
Doing what?
Maintaining the letter, not changing it, not restricting it.
That is my understanding, yes, sir.
And it indicates on several instances through these documents that he consulted and came back to you and said, no, and we're going to keep the letter in your file, correct?
That is what he claimed.
And he basically stated that it was not due to perceptions, that it was you were written up for contact in the OCR and for not following up on the timely manner. Is that correct? That's what he said.
That's what he claimed, yes, sir.
Okay. Did you appeal this decision to the board?
No, I wasn't told I was allowed to.
Did you ask?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you appeal it to any other agency, the Pennsylvania Department of Education or
No, sir.
Department
No, sir.
did you appeal it to, did you file with the EUC or BHRC?
Sir, I filed my complaint to Dr. Klein. He denied it. I moved on.
You have any reflection on that at this point?
Not at this time.